Hello, it is the 31st of July and the last day of this month. A very warm welcome to Zoom in Africa. This be a beautiful Thursday morning. My name is Florence Ndongo.
Yes, a very warm welcome once again to GBS Zoom in Africa. Today we focus on ordinary people within our society doing extraordinary things. And today we have teachers doing or kind of contributing a big kind of effort towards mitigating the environmental negative effects that we have seen in the recent past.
Yes, and today we'll be talking to the two amazing ladies who are on set. But before I preempt and go further, let them introduce themselves to us. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Welcome to Zoom in Africa. But before we start, maybe kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
My name is Margaret Moro. I'm a retired teacher. I lecture part-time in environmental studies. I'm also a mother of 5 and a grandmother of 1.
Welcome.
My name is Magdalene Mudhoni Chebe, a teacher, a mother of 3, and an environmentalist.
Okay. We'll be discussing further why actually you people did get into environmental issues, but 33 years of teaching, why go the environmental way?
I think that is where my services were needed, and today that is where my passion is, environmental conservation. Yes.
And for you, Teacher Magdalene, how has it been since joining this amazing organization? How has it been for you?
It has been quite amazing. Before then, I never cared about the environment. But the time I met Mrs. Mora, things changed. Today, I care about the environment to boot.
And looking back since the time you started, that is 2005, what are some of the steps that you've actually taken as an organization to ensure that each and every person, each and every kid actually learns the importance of conserving our environment?
With the little resources that we have, we try to reach out to as many people as possible. One of the things that our children do is, with their teachers, compose poems, compose songs and dance, compose drama. Unfortunately, we have not been able to air this. We see beautiful talent, beautiful messages from the children every year during our competitions. So that is one way we have tried to reach out to other people. But also, we have had artwork that speaks for the children. The art messages are in a calendar that is sponsored by Safaricom every year since the year 2007. Sadly, they may not be able to continue sponsoring, and we are hoping somebody will come up and just put the children's messages in a calendar, which goes to many people, and therefore the message is able to reach very many people.
Teacher Magdalene, what are some of the effects you've seen take place with this organization?
In my school, because I'll talk about my school because that's where I am, I have seen tremendous change in the children. The children being able to express themselves in artwork, real beautiful artwork. During the competitions, our children do compose and come up with very nice songs and skits and drama. And they get to enjoy this. You know, they really enjoy this. In the school environment, the children have adopted trees. They plant in that initiative called the One Child, One Tree Afforestation Campaign. Our children, they own trees. They plant trees, they own them, they nurture them, they want to see them grow. Even when there is no water in school, they come with water. And it's a private school, but they carry water to school to make sure that their trees survive, because Ruiru is a dry place. For a tree to survive, it will take a lot of hard work because there is the ants, and of course the place is dry. But the children make sure that the trees survive, so that when you come to the school, you will not believe it is in Ruiru. It is quite a contrast to the neighboring
environment.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Well, do you think maybe the challenges facing Ruiru also has contributed to you guys thinking about environment? Because as you're saying, it's a dry place. And when you see a challenge in your community, the one thing that comes into your mind, how can I change and make my community better and actually better the people who are living there? Would you say the surrounding and maybe the environment and how Ruiru is has actually contributed to even people accepting your organization in a very nice way?
Absolutely, absolutely. The fact that people can come to the environmental schools and see the contrast with just, we're talking about a very short distance, then they see that it can work, because the notion was that trees don't grow in Ruiru because of the ants. The place is just harsh. But we have defied that, and the trees are growing. Our schools are beautiful because of the ornamentation that they provide to each and every school. And the schools are beautiful. They're just conducive environments for the children to learn. So yes, it has.
As we speak about trees, are there specific kind of trees that you advocate for and champion for?
We advocate for indigenous trees. We have a branch now, a new branch in Nakuru, and we wouldn't, when we provide trees, because we do provide trees to schools through sponsorship, we will not carry trees from Ruiru or from Kiambu County and go plant in Nakuru. We will look for trees that are indigenous there and survive well there. So we encourage them to grow indigenous trees. But we also recognize that the indigenous trees grow slowly, and that even the exotic trees, the new trees, have their own advantages. So we supply both, but we encourage them to make sure they grow some indigenous trees.
Right. Well, we do have some SMSs coming in, and as we told you earlier, 21144 is the SMS line that you should use to communicate to us. And today we have two amazing ladies on set who are conserving the environment and actually teaching, especially the young kids, the importance of planting trees and conserving our environment. And we're going to sample a couple of SMSs, and one reads, we are very proud of teacher. We have planted many trees. Angels of Mercy School, keep up, Mrs. Maura. Keep up, GBS TV. That is Grace from Ruiru. Thank you so much, Grace, for your SMS.
Yes, and congratulations, teacher, on environmental issues. Mrs. Maura, keep it up. That is Boyd Masharia in Ruiru also.
Yes, and if you have anything you need to talk to us, 21144 is our SMS line. And now that we are talking about trees, how many so far have you planted with this organization, if I may ask?
We have planted at least 20,000 trees in different schools. We supply about 200 trees twice a year to schools. And sometimes it isn't just trees, it is also flowers and shrubs. Yes, the trees in school woodlots would add up to about 20,000. We also have a children's forest in Prison Staff Training College. Unfortunately, it's a very challenging forest with a lot of termites and lack of water. But I think we may have about 10,000 trees in that forest, upcoming forest.
Quite amazing. And I understand this organization in short is known as TER. So keep your SMSs coming. That is why Masharia started with the TER. Yes. Kudos. And thank you so much, all of you who are watching. We are talking about environment and how to conserve it, and teaching young kids exactly how to conserve our environment. If you have anything, if you want to join TER, you can ask them how, and we will actually be asking all these questions on your behalf, so keep them coming.
You did mention that we're doing very poorly in terms of the environment, and I would really love to know what other measures you have on the ground other than planting trees. And recently, I think yesterday or the day before, we saw the Kenya Wildlife Service coming up and telling Kenyans not to give alcohol to apes, and because of the trickling effect that has to the apes and the environment. What else? What other mitigations do you have?
Working with children, mostly we are trying to change attitude, and we do understand it takes a long time for people to change their attitude. We really hope that everybody in this country will change their attitude towards the environment, own it, and do whatever they can do to change the situation, especially as far as garbage is concerned. You realize in most of our estates, people are not taking care of their solid waste, garbage, neither are they taking care of their liquid waste, and it just flows down roads, and you can imagine how dangerous that is. In our town of Ruiru, not very many years ago, about 11 people died of cholera because we don't have a sewage system, I suppose, and people let their wastewater go into the rivers. So we are doing everything. Apart from planting trees, we are also doing other things to just tell Kenyans The environment belongs to everybody, and if you spoil the environment, you're not spoiling it for others, you're also spoiling it for yourself. You're putting your own health at risk, and God knows what you're planning to leave for your children once you have devastated the environment. So we are appealing to everybody through various forums to please love the environment. God gave it to us, not to destroy, but to enjoy and live to others for tomorrow.
Yeah, and actually Alice from Ruiru can actually identify with what you're talking about, because we're not only talking about trees, if we talk about conserving the environment. And Alice is saying from Ruiru, ask Mrs. Mwaura about polythene papers all over Ruiru. That is something that you have actually addressed, but what would you like to tell the people of Ruiru and around Ruiru in terms of the papers, as you're saying, because according to Alice, the place does not look so amazing.
Yes, and neither does the rest of our country. Polythene papers are a big nuisance to Kenyans everywhere. And a lot of us would want to ask our councils to deal with polythene papers. Or even our government, you know, like we are always saying, Sirikali saidia. But in this case, Mwananchi saidia. I want to tell the ladies to please start using other more environmentally friendly things for carrying their shopping. I imagine a lady who goes to the market and buys some tomatoes, 2 kilos, and gets them put in 2 plastic bags. A kilo of tomatoes, another plastic bag, that is 3. Dania, 4. Guashe, 5. Doma, 6. By the end of her shopping, in one little basket, she has 20 plastic bags. And when she gets home, she actually just puts them together. If she's a good one, she may find a place to put them. A lot of us just throw them over the fence, and that is why you see them flying everywhere. Everybody is responsible for that situation that we are in now, and everybody can do something. We can reduce usage. We can then also collect them and give them back for recycling. And we could even refuse to use them completely, as individuals and as a country.
Okay. In the just, pride of Kenya, the UNEA, the first United Nations Environment Assembly, they did say that plastic bags are the loss that is from that, especially to the seas, ranges into billions of US dollars. And I would really love to know, when you teach these kids on the ground, what is it that you actually tell them? And I don't know whether, because Kenyans have been told to actually come up with, a kind of a how do they say, a separate kind of, separate this waste from this waste. I don't know how practical that is with the children and maybe the future for everyone.
What we do with our children is that once, and this is an initiative from the TER also, once in a month, all the TER schools, we have been asked to clean our neighborhoods. So once in a month, the children go out of their compound, because their compounds are superb, they are clean. But the neighborhood, it's not. So once in a month, the children go out of their compound and they clean the environment outside there. Of course, most of it is just plastic paper bags. They're dirty. They are,
they clog everywhere.
They're clogging. They're on the fences. So we just take them and burn them. But inside the school, we have taught the children to separate the degradables from the non-degradables. So we separate the paper bags from the other food stuff, because in school we cook. So we have the degradables, which we come up with manure, which we also need in our farms and the tree planting. So we just basically burn them. Because where else do we take them? They are dirty paper bags.
All right.
Yes.
And I hope people who are listening to us this evening, they've learned that these kids, once in a while, they go out there and clean the streets. But I know there are some even after that, even after watching what they are doing, because it's an amazing job. The next time you go out, you still litter around. That is not acceptable. We have to join hands with these amazing kids and TR so that we can keep our environment clean. And we have an SMS that reads, "Keep it up, Mrs. Mwaura. Our children in schools at Ruiru Sunshine Estate are now conscious of the environment, courtesy of TER. Kenyoni, Chairman, Ruiru Sunshine Residents Association." Thank you so much for your SMS. And before we even go further, that is someone who has actually identified something in their kids that they're actually conscious about what they are doing. They are understanding about the environment. But what are you doing? In which way are you working with now the parents and other people out there? Because you are with the kids at school, but later on they have to go back to their homes. Are you maybe working with maybe the parents to ensure that this does not actually stop after school, but it actually continues?
I think we don't follow the children home to work with their parents, but we do know that what the children learn impacts on the parents. Your child will not allow you to litter if tomorrow he knows that they're going to go out and collect the litter. I want to just point out that burning plastics is dangerous, and we do hope that a better solution will be found by our country. It isn't the best solution, but it is also good to get them together. And if you must burn them, please stay away from the fumes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And actually, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and that is why I believe you people are starting with the children, since adults are one way or another ignorant, but there is no excuse for this. Another SMS, KU students are proud of TER, and we are also proud of KU students since you are part of this initiative.
All right, another SMS reads, we are waiting GBS to come and see how the TER has done in Ruiru. That's a proud volunteer from University of Nairobi, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, thank you so much.